Hey guys, Sharky, I'm back in another video, and today we're going to be doing a ramblings of a WWE fan. I miss doing videos, period. First off, let's talk about a common topic that I think has been going on for the past year at least, and that is the Women's Raw title. Now, I know nowadays we call it the Women's World Championship, but because it's on Raw, it's it's simpler to talk about like that. This title is almost like if you have this title, you're not really going to wrestle. You just keep it as that. Keep it as that. You're not really going to wrestle if you have this title. I mean, we saw Rhea Ripley and how her reign looked before everything that happened. She had herself some good matches. She had some good matches, but in the whole looking back at it, there wasn't many matches that she had on Raw. Wasn't really any matches she had on Raw. Now on SmackDown, that title gets used. That title is on weekly, but we don't see that same thing for Raw. And I mean, like Io Sky, when she had the title on SmackDown, I'll be real, she wasn't using that they wasn't really using her. But it's so, like, there's so many more examples for the Raw Women's Championship that whenever you have this title, you're not really going to be working. And that's with the same thing with Liv Morgan. I mean, Liv Morgan, she really only had title matches with Rhea. And I think that she may have had one. May have had one with somebody else. But compared to all the matches she had with Rhea, it didn't really matter. It was like one. I believe it may have been against Io Sky. I think that was one of her matches that she had. I think she had a match with Zelina Vega, but that was during the time where Rhea was not there. And for you to have two people that I can remember on the top of my head that you competed against, that's an issue. That's an issue. Io Sky, she's now the champion. We have not seen that woman in a very long time. She has not competed on Raw for real. I mean, before she had the title, she was competing on Raw a little bit more. And then when Rhea had the title back, although for a short while, she wasn't doing much either. She was in the back, looking like she's stuck in catering. I don't know why they do this to the women on Raw, but they need to change some things up, because at this point, I don't want to see anybody I love seeing wrestle be champion. I don't really want to see. I want Io to drop the title so bad so I can see her actually do something on Raw. And I know that's wrong to say. And another thing on Raw, El Grande, Americano. Let me say the whole thing. This gimmick is so dumb. It's so dumb to me. It's so dumb. I am not a fan at all. You know why I'm not a fan even more is because they got my man Louis Kaiser in that mask while Chad Gable is off on it, like getting better, healing. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, like, what is the gimmick they're trying to give us? There's a gimmick there. There has to be. But I don't like it. I don't like it because it's so obvious that that's not El Grande. That's not Chad Gable. That's not the person we've been seeing for the past month or two. That's not the same person. It's somebody entirely different. And not even a month or two, for a while. And that made me mad. Like, his anniversary probably coming up as being El Grande. Terrible. Terrible. But for a very long time, I've been wondering where Louis Kaiser is and hoping they put him in something, have him do something. And it's almost like I don't want him on TV if he's gonna be doing some craziness like this, because he gonna get embarrassed. And maybe that's the rite of passage. You getting embarrassed. Maybe that's the rite of passage. And I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like I be back in. I love the right people, as in they have the skill, they have everything, they have the charisma, they have all the makings of a good superstar. But I don't think WWE sees them as they should, and that's same thing with Carmelo Hayes. I think he's one of the. I will go on a tangent about Carmelo Hayes because I believe in his skill so much. I believe in what he could do for this company. If they just let him. If they actually just let that man rock, we would have some. But no, they don't. Instead, they want to give him the Andre the Giant Memorial Champion. They're not even a championship. He just won a Battle Royale. Meanwhile, let's get into it. Let's get into it, actually. Meanwhile, the NXT call-ups that came up with him, got a title on their belt. One of them are two of them made history. You got Tiffany Stratton, the youngest Money in the Bank winner. Then we have Lyra being the inaugural Intercontinental Champion. Insane. But Braun Breaker, he over here two-timing it. And let's talk about it. It's been how many weeks since Roxanne Perez and Julia got on that main roster? And I know, yes, Roxanne's was just a terrible circumstance to where she's there, but I'm gonna say it anyway, because she got added to a very popular group, and now she belted up. Julia, not on the roster for that long. Now she's belted up. You would think Carmelo Hayes was not a good wrestler. You would think Carmelo Hayes was terrible on the mic. You would think he's not good at doing things off the cuff. You would think that. You would think he doesn't have any charisma. But he does. The whole package. But instead, that man in catering, playing stupid games. What are we doing? And I don't want to blame the Bloodline at all, because I think that's what people think of first. Let me blame the Bloodline. I don't subscribe to that notion. I do not dislike the Bloodline storyline at all. I love how they've been able to kind of repackage it and do different things. I do think that they need to... There's some slight parts about the storyline that I do think people are missing because it's not explored. If they were to explore them, I think a lot of more people would be okay with what is going on. But the Bloodline storyline is very interesting. I like seeing the dynamics, and with the different characters, you see different dynamics. I think that they kind of miss the ball on some things, because I like Roman. Trust me, I like Roman. I don't even hate his schedule, because that man has life to live. Not like last year, a lot of things had happened for his family, so of course he wasn't going to be on TV as much. Then it's like, gotta keep up your health. Got kids, I'm type of kids. So I'm not mad at his schedule at all, because if I had that schedule and I was making that money, y'all would see me less and less. No, I'm just playing. I don't really like the fact that we see you at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and possibly Survivor Series. That is something that I'm saying as a fan, but he does his job so well. It's like he always sets it up for him to be able to pick it up right when he comes back, whenever he comes back. So that's not my issue. My issue was the man got back to Ulafala, and then we heard nothing about the Ulafala after that. When you're writing a story, I understand there's so many different world aspects, life aspects, but when you're writing a story, you can't just drop the ball and act like, and then continue it on in different places. Like when he got that Ulafala back, they were still doing a storyline on SmackDown about Solo losing to Ulafala. Like, things were changing because Solo lost to Ulafala. But then Tribal Chief ain't like Tribal Chief gone. Tribal Chief not even caring about his whole tribe. So there's that. That's my only thing about it. I just think that you can have multiple storylines. You could give, because they make the money. Like, a lot of the Bloodline storylines make the money, but you shouldn't be scared of putting people in different positions. So when this might be slowing down, you still have this storyline going on. I think that if they keep putting their eggs in one basket with superstars they place in the main event scene, like the women's, like they recycle the women's main eventers instead of making new main event stars. If you keep doing that, you're gonna be looking at yourself. You're gonna be looking crazy when certain things aren't in place like you want it to be in place. Like Liv Morgan with her injury, they probably had to do a lot of things that they probably didn't want to do because they've had the chips in one basket. You have the eggs in one basket. Your eggs are in 3 baskets where you got 50 more in the back that you're just not using. I think they can utilize more of their divisions. They can utilize a lot of talent that they have, because don't just have your talent sitting, because then it's not right. It's not the same. And there's a lot of people that's going to be underutilized. I like Andrade. They've dropped the ball so much with like, I don't know if it has my, like, I don't get it at all. I don't get it at all. And truth be told, I would like to see those women's tag team titles on an actual tag team. But we barely have any. We barely have any at all. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. A man I don't talk about enough, and that's John Cena. John Cena. How am I feeling about his run as champion? How am I feeling about the retirement tour? I talk about it bits and pieces on the things that they give us, like weekly, stuff like that. But overall, his run has been disappointing. He has done, I think he's done exactly what he can do. He's probably he's delivered in the scope of how he's supposed to deliver. I think not Crown Jewel. I'm so used to that being Crown Jewel. A classic Night of Champions. At Night of Champions, I think that was the closest to where he was able to probably have creative freedom, like freedom to be him and trust his partner, trust whatever is going on in the storyline. But other than that, it's like, and then the Ron Killen stuff, oh, that's gold. That's gold. That's gold right there. The Ron Killings and then the CM Punk, all that has been the highlight to me. And we started this train a while ago. It's July. Into June. Why am I just now feeling the spark? Like, running off of nostalgia, that's fine. But we're here where, as a fan of wrestling, as a fan of John Cena, I'm just now seeing a good point of this whole retirement tour. And we're almost done. I think that trying to sell tickets, this is what The Rock says. The Rock says they was trying to sell tickets. That's why the whole Sell My Soul stuff went up. If he wrong, he wrong. Just don't get mad at me. Trying to sell tickets, stuff like that, you kind of you're losing some integrity. And I really want John Cena I want him to be face again soon. And I want him to honestly enjoy what he's doing to the point where it feels real and authentic, and it feels as if he's giving us everything he has. I've only felt that recently with the things with Ron Killings and CM Punk. I've only felt that rawness. It was very close with Randy. I won't lie, it was very close, especially all that. I loved it. I truly loved it. Just didn't like the part where R-Truth came in there. But everything else, it's been so-so. Currently, I'd give the retirement tour about a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. We gotta be honest. Let's not eat off of nostalgia. Let's be real and be honest. If it was anybody but John Cena, would you be satisfied with what is going on? Would you really say that this is a title this is a run that you would love? Like, this is a run where you could see this again. If he lost the title on SmackDown, would you say, let's hurry up and give the title back to him? Or would you say, you know what, this is fine? I think we will all think to ourselves, you know what, this is fine. We are good. We don't want to see it. Like, I personally think that's how people will feel. Taking away the nostalgia, taking away the name, that's probably what we would feel like. We would probably think, you know what, he don't really need a title like that. The last thing we're going to ramble about, and that's Evolution. That is Evolution. I don't know how you guys thought we was going to run away from that topic. Evolution. Now that Battle Royale winner, that's, who's in my thoughts and my pickings to win that Battle Royale. We're always going to say NAOMI, even though she might not even be in that Battle Royale. She might have a singles match. Who knows what type of match she's going to have. If she has a match, I hope she has a match. NAOMI always, my number one pick every time. It's never not going to be NAOMI. Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella. And if not Nikki Bella, I wouldn't mind seeing Bianca. I don't know if she'd be back. I don't know if I really am just hoping, and I'm hoping she'd be good for Evolution, because this would be her second one she misses, and I think this is one of the very important part of her career was the first Evolution. So I really want her to be there, especially because she's helped build up the division how it is currently. Evolution is so disrespectful to me, though. It's so disrespectful because they placed it in such a way, and the effort is very low, because allegedly the only talent that they really are focusing on that legend wise is Trish Stratus. That is the only one that they've kind of put in, except Nikki. And it's like, why is it always Trish? I like Trish, don't get me wrong, but we just saw her. We saw her already. We saw her. And there's a lot of legends like Kelly is always saying, hey, let me be a part of it. Let me be a part of it. I wouldn't mind of it being Kelly in those things, because y'all know she still got it. So the lack of an imagination with Evolution is felt. Maybe when I see how things are going, the match setup, everything, I will feel differently. But it is a shame to me that the only people that have been talking about Evolution has been NXT, and NXT is developmental. That's not main brand. And I understand how NXT is still valuable, because it is valuable, but the women that are on the front of your poster are the main roster ladies. They're the ones that y'all are depending on to sell them tickets. So why not talk about it before it's like a week away? Why are we just now? Like, I understand we had another PLE, we were in Saudi, but if you make your bed and you want all this stuff, you better be able to figure it out. But y'all let me know how y'all felt about any of those topics I've talked about beforehand. And thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.